Welcome back to a brand new episode of the Let's Talk NBA Series Season 2. We are talking about this Philadelphia 76ers. Before we continue, leave a comment down below. Let me know how you think the 76ers will do this season. Let me know if you like some of their moves they're making. Obviously, Paul George being one of those guys. But we're going to talk about all that in last season as well, coming up on this episode. So, yeah, leave a comment down below. Let me know what team I should do next, and let's get into it. So, 76ers last season, first year under Nick Nurse, they were 47 and 35 on the year, seventh in the East. A very, very down year. Playoffs weren't the best. We know that. And this team just weren't really that good. This team was mediocre, and a lot of that goes down to injuries, especially losing Joel Embiid for a big chunk of the season. He missed 43 games last year, which that as to be your number one guy, to be your star, it's hard to have your number one guy out for over half of the season. So I mean, when you look at that, you look at some of the other things, aspects off the court. They just weren't a deep team. They weren't a team that really had much to go off of. They had Tyrese Maxey, and he was it. I mean, you had guys like Buddy Hield who wasn't contributing to the way they wanted to. PJ Tucker obviously isn't a points guy. Kyle Lowry washed up, or Kyle Lowry just wasn't there yet. Obviously, sorry. And just things like that was of their nature just wasn't good enough, and they just could not. But it all boils down to Joel Embiid being injured for the majority of the season. So you look at this team, you look at the off season, and they've had a lot of changes. This will be a brand new team coming into this next upcoming year. Obama's gone, Nicholas Batum's gone. Robert Covington, I think he's either a free agent or he's picked up with the team again. Tobias Harris is gone. Buddy Hield gone. DeAnthony Milton gone. Cameron Payne gone. Like, these are some of the guys that made up their entire team, and they're all gone. And so this team, this new coach, or not new coach, Dick Nurse went out. They completely revamped their team, completely revamped what the identity of this team is. They went and picked up Paul George from the Clippers. They went and got Kyle Lowry. They went and got Eric Gordon. They went and got Caleb Martin from the Heat. He's going to play their four spot, which should be very interesting to see. And then you have they went out and drafted a point guard in Jarrett McCain. He has showed He showed last year at Duke that he can be a great option off the bench for them, 3-and-D type of guy, and he will take pride in everything that he does. And so like the question boiled down to like, what's the expectation for the 76ers? Like, what do you expect them to do? What do we expect? What are we expecting out of them? First things first, Joel needs to stay healthy. I think now that they have a number two option in Paul George, if he needs to rest one night or if he does get banged up a little bit, don't force him back into the team. Don't force him back into the lineup. Give him some time to really find his feet again, because they have enough options right now for them to win some of those easy games against the Pistons, against the uh, the Brooklyn Nets, like those games like that. Like, they have enough talent to beat those teams like that, and so give him a night off every once in a while. Are the expectations high or low? I mean, to me, like, they're not necessarily high. I think they are at a place where the East is very competitive at the top, with Boston, obviously, who could potentially go back to back. The Heat, Jimmy Butler's on the contract year. He's going to go off in the playoffs, in the regular season. They're going to really try to make a name for themselves this year. The Bucks are back in town. The Pacers are going to compete. These are teams that aren't going to just lay down and let people just get wins throughout the regular season. So they're going to have to come ready to play, especially into the playoffs. They're going to have to really be dominant, and this system that Nick Nurse installs is going to have to fit and cater everybody on that team. And it has to be able to complement Tyrese Maxey as he tries to have another leap this season. It needs to complement Joel Embiid. Obviously, it needs to complement Paul George. How many touches does he need a game? What does that look like? And so we'll definitely see less of Joel Embiid being the primary, and I think we'll see more of more team ball this year. Not saying that he was selfish or whatever, but I think we'll see a completely different team. So I mean, they're going out. Like I said, they've added some depth at that point guard position now with Jared McCain there and Kyle Lowry there as well. They've is it Eastern Conference Finals or bust? I don't think it's Eastern Conference Final or bust. I don't know if Eastern Conference Final is the expectation. Obviously, it's the expectation. But do I think they should be that harsh on themselves? I don't know. I think they should give this team maybe next year. This year is their gelling season. Next year is their finals or bust type thing. Yeah, I mean Maxey has to take a leap this year. Joel has to stay healthy. Those are the two things that I think this team needs to do in order to succeed. And I think Paul George needs to just be able to complement those guys in that system. So leave a comment down below. Let me know what you think of the Knicks, or not the Knicks, sorry, of the 76ers. I'm excited to watch some NBA basketball. And we're like 17 days away-ish. Yeah, 17 days away. So leave a comment, like, subscribe, and all the fun things. Peace.